Well, hello people. It's the start of my Suffolk coast path walk, and I thought I'd just add a couple of extra miles on, come up to Ness Point, which is England's most farthest east point. Very inspiring. Nothing like Land's End or Dunnet Head. This is what we've got. It's just behind an industrial estate in Lowestoft. Very nice, but this is quite interesting. As you can see here, it actually says, if you can read that, it says Lowestoft, Britain's most easterly point. And then as you go around, it gives you all the cardinal points and all where everything is. Starting from the south, we go around, and you can probably just read them. London, 106 miles from here. We've got the Lizard, which is the most southerly point, which is 352, and then Land's End, 364. Come round to the west, and we've got Dublin, Belfast. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, because if I pronounce it I'll probably get it wrong. But that's a place in Scotland, which is the furthest west, 451 miles. Edinburgh. Then we've got Dunnet Head, which is the furthest north, 472 miles, and closely followed with John O'Groats, 465. And as it goes round, various different gas fields, fishing grounds. We'll jump over Moscow. There we go. So this is the most easterly point on the British Isles. So now I start my walk down towards Felixstowe, back through this lovely industrial estate. And I think its claim to fame actually is that it's got the largest wind farm factory, where they make the wind pumps. You can see one there sticking up in the mist. And say, when I left Clacton, which is only a little bit further down the coast, there was some sun, but up here it is extremely misty. Okay people, when I get to the proper start, I'll bring you back. Speak to you soon. Alright, well, I believe this is where the walk starts properly. It says outside the Tourist Information Centre, but I haven't seen that. But as far as I'm concerned, the sea's on my left, land is on my right, I'm heading the right way. So here we go. This is the Suffolk coast path. That first little bit, I mean, I say it was just my intention, just to, I thought as I'm here, to go to the most easterly point. It was only a short detour, but like I said, it was not very inspiring. But there we go. Hopefully the rest of the walk will be. At the moment the tide looks like it's in, so when we get down to Pakefield we might have to take the inland route, which means it'll be the longer route. All good. So nice wide promenade, not a lot of people about. It's not exactly warm, but it's okay for walking. Okay people, bring you back as and when. Keeping the beach all nicely swept. Nice beach here. Nice sandy beach. It's looking likely I will be able to walk along the beach to Kesland, so that'll be good. Because otherwise you have to walk along quite a major road for a fair way. Don't really want to do that. Well, that's nice to walk by the sea, but this is hard work. Really do not fancy doing loads of miles on this stuff. Maybe the inland route would have been better. Let's say Pakefield Cliffs. Heading towards Kesland. Ah, this is better. Walking along that beach was killing me. Yeah, I can walk on this sort of path, no problem. But the beach was definitely hard work. I say, I don't know if you can make that all out on this GoPro, but nice expanse of beach there. And way back in the distance is where I've come from. I'm heading into towards Kesland, a place as a youngster we used to spend some holidays, so should bring back some memories along the beach further along. Yeah, I had to drop back down onto the beach, but it's a lot easier walking. They didn't actually see my way through up on that top footpath. I got to a little picnic area, which I think was all to do with the campsite that I was next to. And then the only way on up top seemed to go back through the campsite. So as there was a stairway there down to the beach, I thought, right, okay, back onto the beach. But this walking ain't too bad. It's a lot easier. Yeah, I had to come off the beach. The shingle was just doing me in. Okay, the road I just walked up is quite boring, but it's easier to walk on than that shingle beach. Unfortunately, with this mist that's sort of like hogging the coast, you can't see much anyway. So you want to get some miles in, get it done, get the miles done. So okay, not much to see at the moment. Bring you back. Okay, we've now reached Covive. The village used to be much larger than this, but unfortunately, because of cliff erosion, most of it is disappeared into the sea. Church still stands, although the church, as you can see, was much bigger, and actually that's the original tower, and they've rebuilt it inside the ruins, so it's quite an interesting church, really. Yeah. Right, now then I have a choice to make here, really. We can either go down onto the beach to walk to Southwold, which is 4 miles, or go around the road, which is 7 miles. So I think I might give the the beach a try. And the footpath to the beach is slightly just back up there. But I'm just going to have a sit down, rest my feet for a little while, have a drink and have a quick bite to eat. Okay, although we're coming up to the sea, this is also Ben Acre Nature Reserve. So it's meant to be one of the prettier places on the Suffolk coast. We shall find out. Yeah. So far we're not doing too bad. All along here, the cliffs are eroded, something chronic. Yeah. Some of these paths are in danger. We're in danger of losing some of these paths. Back out on the sea. Let's face it, that's what a coast path is all about. Following the sea. The inland route for this section sort of like takes you way inland. So I'm chancing the sand again. the bit of the beach that the tide's receded from is a lot easier because the sand's a little bit more compact, makes it easier to walk on. One thing with this walk, you do have to check tide tables if you are going to walk along the beach, because there are a couple of sections that you could get cut off, or you do a long walk and then find there's no way on further, because the sea's right up against the cliff. I mean, we're coming up to another section like that just up here, but yeah, I've got an app on my phone which tells me like local tides. It tells me that low tide is at 4:30 this afternoon, so therefore at the moment the tide is receding, so there should be no problems getting round. Yeah, we're at a stretch of the coast where you can get cut off, or because there's absolutely no escape routes up that cliff face. And you can see some of it. It's in danger of coming down. So the tide comes right up, and then you only got one choice, and that's to go back. And no one likes to retreat. Big old tree there. I mean, it's been down for quite some time, but even so, another one in the danger of coming down soon. Only a little one. I don't reckon that one's got long left either. So it can be quite a dangerous place to walk. Not you can see too far with this GoPro, but there's absolutely no one that I can see down that way. And then we follow it round, and there's absolutely no one you can see that way. I know it's not wilderness, but the solitude is absolutely fantastic. Got one tree up there, looks like a scarecrow. I don't know if you can see that. I'm coming up to it. And so there's just no one about. It's me and the sound of waves. Absolute bliss. I've been asked a question a couple of times, because I quite enjoy walking on my own. And they say, why'd you do it? And it's because of moments like this, where you can be all on your own personally, but never alone, because you've got the sound of the waves, the sound of the birds that are flying, Yeah, there's some geese flying through there, a couple more coming over there. You can't see them on this, but yeah, it's just beautiful. And the absolute beauty of it is I haven't had to come far to find it. Absolutely lovely. For the life of me I can't think of the author, but many years ago I read a book called The Bliss of Solitude, and that was about a gamekeeper that took himself off into the woods up in the Lake District and basically lived off the land, and from one day to the next never really saw anybody. No human being, that is, but made friends with the forest animals. You know, he had deer coming up to his shack. He had red squirrels coming up to his shack. Yeah, lots of different animals. Okay, you haven't got them here, but yeah. And just as I say that, I can now see 3 people and a couple of dogs just on the horizon. You probably can't see them with this camera, but they're just on the horizon following me. But it's so beautiful when you're on your own. Oh well. I'm sure there's a poem there somewhere. If I was at all literally, is that the word? I don't know. Oh well, people, ever onwards. Still plodding along the beach. Now I can see it, but I don't think you will be because it's in the mist. South Wold Pier, just up there. Not far, a couple of kilometres at the most. My plan was to make South Wold, but it's only 2:30. I know I'm not there yet, and I really quite fancy some fish and chips at South Wold. But it doesn't get dark till 8 o'clock, so I might just crack on over the river and just see how far I can get. The next objective after South Wold is Dunwich, I think, Dunwich. Which is a total of about 20 miles for the day. Now, saying it took me 3 hours on the train to get up here. Yeah, I didn't start really and truly walking until, well, I didn't start the actual route until 9 or 10 o'clock. So I think 20 miles was probably going to be a little bit beyond me for today, but we'll see. I think we'll certainly get past South Wold and part the way there. Well, this should be fun. Can't go that way, so I'm going to have to try and clamber up these rocks and get up there. Don't say this in the guidebook. Bloody slippery as well. Right, I think I better put the camera away and make my way up. Should be fun. South Wold Pier. South Wold is extremely busy, but I suppose it is a bank holiday. So, let's walk along. It's very famous and very expensive beach huts. I think all beach huts are expensive, but these ones you're paying arm and a leg for. We're out in the marshes now. About 18, 19 miles in. Must admit, I'm starting to get a little bit weary even. The problem here is there's absolutely nowhere where you can stop and pitch your tent. You just got to carry on, because you've got the pathway, and then either side of that is just marsh or waterway. Okay people, after quite a long day, and I suppose I've been sort of like sitting in these woods for about an hour now, because the path literally is just over there, and there's another path literally, you can see that fence, it's just in front of that fence. So I had a look into other woods before I got here, but it was all on a slope, nothing flat. This is not ideal. I was going to pitch over there, but when I looked up, there were several branches from that rather large tree there that didn't look too good. So I've come over here. I know I'm right under this tree, but there's no widow makers, or it's only going to be little sticks that's going to come down. So that's me set up for the night. Yeah, I'm still not 100% happy the way it's pitched, but it'll do. We're not expecting any rain, we're not expecting any gale force winds. Should be quite a calm night. Yeah, so 22 miles today, a bit longer than I actually expected to do, but here we go. Trouble is, I think there's still probably about 35 left to do, because although I took a lot of the shorter route down along the beach, which I tell you now was bloody hard work, walking on shingle and soft sand. Did make it really tough going, but yeah, all I want to do now is I've had dinner. I had dinner at in Southwold. I had fish and chips, which is unusual for me because I've been trying to stay off of chips just lately, but I figured that after doing 22 miles, I knew I was going to do at least 20 today, that I thought, well, that'll work the chips off. So there we go, little woodland on the coast, 22 miles in, so not bad.